Okay, hello everyone. How you going? Um, I know it's a bit late, but it's never too late for long drives, so we're gonna rack up a few kilometers before, well, not before, after the cooking stream. Hope you're all going well. Don't think anyone's on yet, so that's more just for those who are watching the VOD. If anyone still watches these VODs, yeah. Right, let's get started, shall we? Find out which save to load. This is the one, I think. Is it? No, this isn't right. This is back at the glitched road. Okay, so that's 121, that's 119, so it is... Wait, no, that's not right. How can that be? It must be this one. Sorry, I'm getting confused. I must have forgotten to save or something, since this one's older, but it has more distance on it. And this one's newer, but it has less distance on it. Wait, no, they're the same date, actually. Yeah, it's this one. Okay. Here's our lovely Lada 2105. Number plate ZAR. Nice colors, and one not quite matching headlight, but you know how it is. Some things get bumped around as we go in these streams, so let's head off. Bouncy as ever. I expect we'll be seeing more of that as we continue. Hard right turn here. Terrain's looking as lovely as always, and there's no boats. Something we've realized. No boats. Cave has said, oh dang, did the stream explode? Oh. He must have come back after we finished the last one. I doubt you're here at the moment, Cave, but no, the stream did not blow up. Right, forensic analysis time. That crash happened at nearly 100 k's an hour, wow. Love how you can do that. Like when the gauges get launched out in an accident. They just keep the last thing they measured. Looks like we've lost one though. Very easy for things to get stuck under the seats in this car, so... Maybe that was it? No, it doesn't look like it. How odd. Well, looks like we're already looking for more replacement parts. What's this? Oh. Did it... There's a building that's generated just inside the mountain here.
I don't understand. Yes,
There's a whole diner in this hill.
I live in this world.
Complete with zombie. Huh. Not really any cars, though. No, only the bus, and that got, like, glitched out. It's totally, like, completely inside as well. Yeah, look. It's just been eaten. I've never seen this before.
What was this?
Very odd. Oh. There goes every single hubcap in one shot. That's... You know what? We didn't need those anyway. Vestigial organs. Oh, oh, careful. Gotta admit, I was texting and driving there, so that's my fault. This thing's good at hills, though. Tackled that one, no problem. of a slide there. Nothing too bad though. Ooh, that was pretty rough. We might load the save on that one. Let's just keep the odometer as well. Not the odometer, the other gauge. Is everything even working? Looks like it. Imagine if I'd been going all this time and with the microphone off. It's happened before. Here's that diner again.
Hello, Moto.
Hello, Shaz. How you going? Welcome to the stream. A screenshot of that. Because that's kind of funny. How you going, Chaz? We just finished up our cooking stream. Doing some long drive. We discovered this electrically powered mesa here. So there's a power line going straight into it. Which I think is kind of funny. Getting screenshots of it. I just realized dev mode is still on. And what's going on here is there's a diner inside. Complete with zombie. Good to hear you going well, by the way.
So this is where you're hiding.
Oh. Yep, they can walk out of the rock, apparently. Okay. Yes, there's a diner in there. Complete with cars and everything, which is kind of hilarious. But we can't get in. Bit of a shame. One-sided mesh, yep. It's like the the tunnels in Roadrunner cartoons. The zombie can enter and leave, but we can't. Undead only. Erica's Crumped, hello. Welcome to the stream. How you going? We're just doing some long driving as usual. Listen to that, the bodywork smacking the road on almost every bump. Oh, somersault there. The physics can't stand the smacking. It cannot. Oh. Every time I have to make a sharp turn like this, I feel like the guy in that that meme where the car's practically drifting to make an exit on the highway. Yep, dangerously close power lines. Gotta love it. That's a pretty core feature at the moment. I think touching them, like with the car, should like electrocute the player or something. That'd be kind of hilarious. Add some extra challenge as well. Whoops. Love how this thing sort of clips out. But having the bumper on hides it. Top tier design. Bit of cactus. Missed that intersection entirely. Whoops. Talk about shortcuts. Is there I think there's a piece of cactus stuck under the car, yeah. That's not good. Alright, sort that out. Bounce. This game should have like an airtime counter. That'd be pretty funny. It likes to dip forward, which I guess makes sense since that's where the engine is and all the weight is. But it does get kind of worrying when you're going over a bump and all of a sudden you're flying nose first right into the ground. Nice valleys. I like the valleys, honestly. One of my favorite features in the game now, that we have the valleys back. Bounce. Oh, two wheels. Huh. Managed to avoid hitting the cacti. Nice. Epic bounce. A bounce and a power slide right after, in fact. I wonder if this game will ever be, this version, sorry. I wonder if this version of the game will ever be, speedrun compatible. Because at the moment it's got the development tools in it, which makes it ineligible. But if they fully release it and take those out, then it'd probably be just fine to speedrun with. Knowing how long it took them to release this update, it would take them another 3 years to finish it. I don't think so. I mean, the game is half a decade old at this point, which is amazing to think about. Do love how this beta update triggered so many people by how lazy the dev was. I mean, the dev wasn't lazy at all. They said that a lot of the changes are gonna be in the background under the hood, and they were. And there was an update almost every single day for almost 2 weeks after this came out, so don't know what they're complaining about. And the game in its current form is, yeah, I would say better than ever. I love all the different roads, honestly. Multiplayer is actually more stable. I know people were saying that as kind of a meme, but it definitely is more stable, especially if you're close together. And yeah, it's more about laying the foundations for future stuff, you know. Well, we can test how far it will be stable. True. I'm kind of hoping that speedruns will be possible entirely in multiplayer at some point. Oh. I think that'd be kind of cool. That was one hell of a crash. Whoops. Remember, I am on the other side of the world. I mean, I could open this to multiplayer right now and you could try joining. I don't think I will though. Maybe I'll make a save and we'll do that just in case. Something I kind of hope we see in this game at some point is car fires. Like cars catching fire and burning. That'd be a cool feature. My summer car has that. And it would make sense if you got into a really bad crash and broke the fuel tank. The car catching on fire for no reason yet. I mean, if you're using a car that has a rusty fuel tank, maybe it's more likely. You drive it and it scrapes and it engulfs in flames. There's a tiny fuel tank leak you never noticed. And then you go over a bump and the rear hits the ground and sparks and blows the whole thing up. That'd be kind of devastating. But realistic. You can say these things because, you know, unlike my summer car, the dev doesn't care. True. I mean, if you say this sort of thing around the My Summer Car developer, it'd all be implemented, you know? Like, oh yeah, that's a great way of making things harder for the player. We're implementing that. Nah, just kidding. They'd never add such realistic hardships to My Summer Car. It would just be, oh yeah, now you can't use electricity on Sundays because why? Why not? That's the sort of update I expect from my summer car. Sunday is the day of rest, so you are not allowed to use your car or anything. In fact, if you launch the game and it's Sunday in-game, it'll just be a blank screen, and all you can do is move around the house. Ooh. BPI. Bippy. Sounds like a topless thing. Yeah. Diesel, okay. Here's something fun. We can actually get this thing running. Pretty cool. I keep crashing into this fence. Why? Oh, that is... No, that's stuck. Whoops. I'll pinch this odometer, though. Not odometer, rev counter. And these headlights. I just had a cool idea, actually. Yeah, that works well. Can toss this in the back for later. Nice. And we can pop this in. Since I think it matches up pretty well. It does, look at that. Shows all the same stuff and more. No, I might install the Golf speedometer as well, considering it has a higher top speed. That's a good idea. Sorry about that Discord ping if you heard it. Yeah, check that out. I'm using the petrol Golf engine, because, yeah, best engine in the game in my opinion. Make a save now, actually. Those Golf gauges look like they'd been designed for this vehicle. Yeah, they fit really well. They're better than the original gauges too, because they have the rev counter. Nice little spin there. Pirouette. How accurate is the fuel level thing? Ah, we can check actually. It's saying just over half there, and we have 27.8. If I top that up, I feel like it might be a bit low. Yeah, I think the Golf supports... Yeah, I think the Golf has a 40-litre fuel tank and this has a 39-litre fuel tank, so it's off by 1 litre on the gauge. But you can hardly tell that. Let's see though. Yeah, pretty much exactly accurate. So yeah, perfect match, almost. Just a bit off, so no problem. I mean, off by 1 litre. And you can't even tell by litres on the gauge, so... I'd say that is perfectly acceptable. You could do a lot worse. Oh, wow! Cahol raid! Wow! Hey there, Super Taylor. Cahol, thank you for the raid. I'll give you a shout out real quick. For those of you who are not here from the raid, Cahol is an amazing streamer who I look up to greatly, and does a lot of long drive as well, so be sure to check him out. So, how did things go? Oop. Hands off the steering wheel. Thanks to Erica. Cheeky Peeky, hello. Alright, now we see if we crash into anything. Carl says, really good, my Golf to Polar build is coming together nicely. Ooh, that's good to hear. I'll have to check out the VOD and see how that's going. Looks like no crash this time. We did get blown a decent way off course. Lucky, for now. Carl says, how's your new run? Any challenges? No large hardships, but we have encountered some interesting things, as usual. Still no boats. Hi there, Ants. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, no boats, but I think that's a feature in this update. Well, a feature, more like a bug. No boats. We've painted the headlights. Well, we painted one of the headlights and then lost the other one, so we've had some replacements installed. Very professionally done. Nice paint job on the car. Not really any constructions on the back of it or anything yet, although who knows, maybe we'll add that sort of thing in the future. We're using Golf gauges and a Golf engine because they're nicer than the stock ones that came with this car. We've got Gamer Penguins' wife in the back here, who we are building on his request. Just need one more arm to create this perfect Frankenstein's monster of a... Oh! Very sneaky rock. Joke's on it though, because we didn't lose anything. Carl says, when I just saw the hood, I thought you were driving the Simpsons car. Oh yeah, Homer's car. That's exactly the pink, isn't it? Oh, I should have done the whole thing in that pink. Headlights are kind of the wrong shape, though. That's a good build idea, actually. That's a really good build idea. Thank you for that, Carl. We could do that really easily. I might have to load up the dev mode on a new save and try that out. And the cool thing is you can save cars individually now, as I'm sure everyone is aware. So, yeah, I can transfer that to any save I want. Which reminds me, actually, I've got a new hobby. I talked about this on Carhol's stream the other day. But since you can save cars, you can go into multiplayer and join someone's server and save their car. And so that's what I've been doing off stream, and I've been creating a sort of museum of the cars people build in multiplayer. It's Homer's sedan mixed with Flanders coat color. Yeah, I'm planning on building a sort of long drive world dedicated to all the cars people have made. Well, just strangers, really. Most of them will probably never see the end of the road, so... Actually, let's spawn in some now. Museum of History. I've only got 2 at the moment because you can actually make servers not available to the public now, but for the public servers I like to do this. Right, F1. So we have this car, which is a Dacia. And this was in a server called Corn Dog, so I have it called Corn Dog. And it's saved exactly as I found it, missing parts. And the other one is The Secret Joker. That's what the server was called. And this one is a Wartburg wagon. And the radio was left on, so... Nice pieces of history. They sort of tell a story, you know? You can also tell which ones have been spawned in and then modified and which ones came like that. This one was definitely from the starter house, considering it's got rusty parts. But this one was spawned in using the dev mode and then constructed because all the parts are shiny. Well, either that or they were super dedicated. Gig is the number plate, and yeah. You've got all of the previous owner's possessions and everything, and it's really interesting. I'm fascinated by this concept, honestly, and can't wait to discover more. If anyone else finds any cars, feel free to send them in on the Discord server as well, and I'll include them in the museum. But make sure you include the name of the server they were found in for archival purposes. Oh, that was left with the handbrake off, apparently. Carl says, I found an epic number plate tonight. NBD. NBD. I assume that's an acronym I'm not understanding, so... Care to, explain? Alright, we can despawn these and clean up the mess, since this is my regular run, actually, but yeah. Despawning them actually also provides some insight. You can see what objects they were carrying with them. A 4-meter tape measure, packs of cigarettes, a loose cigarette, a revolver. Yeah, it's very... It's like archaeology, really. Or crime scene investigation, that's what it feels like. A BB gun, loaded as well. That means they were definitely playing vanilla. No one takes the BB gun if they're planning on spawning stuff in. Old texting lingo, NBD, no big deal. Ah, okay. That's a little bit before my time. Or maybe I always just was a nerd and typed out the whole thing with T9. And it says, we stand a dedicated queen/king. Oh, almost forgot. Never save in the car in this version. That's still a bit bugged. Yeah, at the end of the stream we might go around in a few public servers and save some more cars, because it's really interesting how people choose to play this game, you know? Some people will spawn something in, some people will take the car that's given to them at the start. What sort of objects people choose, how they prioritize cleaning bits up, it's... I'm sorry, I'm kind of geeking out over this concept. But it's very, very fun. Carl thinks it's great. I'm glad you like it, Carl. And yeah, if you ever kicking around on multiplayer and you you spy a car that seems interesting, feel free to save it and send it over, and I'll add it to the museum. Another thing that's kind of interesting is you don't even know who made the car, because all the data I save is just the name of the server it was found in. What I am kind of sad about is how odometers don't get saved anymore, so you can't tell how far they've traveled. I'm hoping that'll be patched at some point though, and we'll be able to see that information. Yes. Yeah, I'm very, very excited about this, honestly. It's very, it's a fun thing to do. Speaking of fun things, the first cooking stream I did happened earlier today, and that was a lot of fun as well. We made marinated chicken, and got to admit, although I didn't eat it on camera because I'm not a mukbang channel, and it's considered impolite for my species to show our mouths on camera, it did taste very nice. I'm torn between editing that down to a more cooking show-like format or just posting it as is. But I reckon it's definitely going to be part of a series at around this time, or well, earlier, every week. Just need more recipe ideas. Whoop. Bit of a sharp turn there. Carl, what sort of terrain have you encountered on your journey so far? Because I'm curious if all the seeds have all kinds of terrain, or if some are more flat than others at this point. Because this one's mostly been very sort of bumpy like this, very hilly. Although there was some very flat ground earlier. Not earlier in the run, not earlier this stream. Yeah, we haven't seen any of that for a while now. So we're in a very large desert, and we have been for ages. I wonder if we're kind of just looping around and around through it. That's kind of a fear in this version, because the road can loop back on itself. Suppose we shall see though. One of these V-shaped intersections. Wait, no, Y-shaped intersections. Kahol wants us to get him an item. Ooh, okay. You're one of the only persons to ever use that redeem, Kahol. Persons? People? People is the correct term, I think. Yeah, what would you like us to retrieve for you? Carl says, I'm fixated on windowed Barkaz partitions. Interesting, interesting. Creative as well. So that's like the part between the passenger compartment and the rear of the van with a window in it. I reckon we can pull that off. Just gotta comb through the garages. Oh, I just realized, I think I know why you're into those. Because they're full of, well, not full of, they'll be useful for your build. You can put windows on the outside of your little camper thing. That's clever. And what's even more awesome is I can take the ones I find, put them in my car, and then I can send my car over to you, and you can retrieve them. And then save the car without them and send it back. Just like Bill's PC. That's a good idea, actually. We should totally do that if I find any. And I'll make sure I find some. This is our new mission. Yes, I believe it's a Pokemon reference. Whoop. Or even better, we could do that in multiplayer. You could open your save to multiplayer. I could load this car in, and then we could swap it there, and I could take my car back. That'd be pretty good. And there's so many opportunities in this game now because of that feature, the saving cars and transferring them. That's awesome. And we're just scratching the surface as well. So, yeah. What I need to do now it would be fun to have a multiplayer car meet in the village sometime. It would be. Yeah. The only feature that's missing is the ability to have custom posters. Because then I could have a little sign in front of each car with like who built it and what date it was completed, like actual artwork, you know? That'd be awesome. Maybe one day. Whoop. There goes every single headlight. I really hope we get custom posters at some point in this game, like in vanilla. Or signs you can just write on, you know? Because that would also open up the possibility of map making. You could make like challenge maps with obstacle courses and things and leave instructions for people. Years and years ago, I think not years and years, but like 1 year ago, when the van was first added, I had the idea for an ambulance challenge map. Where you have to like go around cones and rocks and things within a certain time frame without spilling the bucket of blood that's in the back of it. Or sliding the patient, which is a dead zombie, around too much. Carl says this new update would be even better for a car collector playthrough. Basically finding cars and bring them back to the house or whatever base you choose and restoring them. You're so right, actually, that would be very fun. Something I've always wanted to try but haven't yet. Yeah, I suggested this game to a friend of mine a few years back, and they tried to play it like that at the time, and obviously they didn't get very far, since at that point, if you had lots of vehicles in one location, the game started to really lag out, so they ended up not enjoying it very much, but I reckon that'd work really well in this version of the game. Still very attached to the museum of multiplayer cars, though. People send cars in, or you just go to multiplayer servers that are open to the public and save them. Because each one tells a story. Like, how did they lose that headlight? Did they hit a rock? That sort of thing. Ant says, I'll give you mine tomorrow. I'd love that, Ant. Something that's a shame is bullet holes currently don't save. If you save the game, then bullet holes disappear. So, sadly, any cars with battle scars won't have those in the museum. But who knows, maybe that'll be added in the future. And says, actually, why not now? Yeah, why not? If you want to open the world with that car in it to multiplayer, I'll load it in and I'll save it. I should make a new channel in the Discord for the museum. I should, yes. That's a great idea, Carhol. Thank you. In fact, I'll do that now because I love this idea so much. Alright, let me know the name and the password for the server. I keep forgetting how to work things on Discord. How do I add a new channel? Create channel, there we go. The TLD Museum. There we go. Ant says I gotta launch the game, no worries, Ants. But yeah, feel free to post any cars. I'll post the ones I've saved so far. Long Drive Constructions. There we go. Complete with thumbnails as well, because why not? We can have a look. Since this one's open to the public, we can join in and see if there are any there. I think there's no car at all here. Oh wait, nope, here it is. And quickly save car. And this one is called Always Hating. Very optimistic there. This is a certified 8 gigabytes of RAM moment. So yeah, we managed to capture this one right at the start of its journey. I think we'll leave them be. Yep, they just left. Probably realized they forgot to put a lock on it. This person's streaming. 2 out of 100, wow. This one might not be functional, but we shall see. Oh. Lamborghini. Okay, that's kinda... Do we bother with the Lamborghinis? They're kinda not very special. That is some terrain, though. Yeah. Silvermaid. I don't think we'll bother with this sort of thing. This is some terrain, though. Wow, look at this. Alright, I'll exit. Password... It's called Answers Game. The password is 123. Okay. Okay, so this is your car? Wow, very pretty. Yeah, I don't think we'll bother with stuff that's obviously spawned in with no modifications. Oh, that's... And... right. Save car. There we go. Very nice. Okay, so that's saved. We'll add it to the museum. Carl says, caddy, panel van, quick build. Oh, yes. We'll add that too. It's funny because the majority of cars are never gonna see the end of the road. And that's kind of what the museum's about, really. It's about giving appreciation to all these builds that were maybe just made in an afternoon and then forgotten about. Carl's moving castle in the shed/patio. Cool, thank you, Carl. Man, this honestly looks really good. And it says, what were you talking about while I had ads? I was talking about how good your car is. And I was saying about how this museum is going to be mostly about cars that are never going to see the end of the road, if we think about it. This one is probably one of the most likely to see the end of the road if you're going to set your mind to it. But the vast majority of multiplayer cars, especially multiplayer cars, are never going to get to the end, and that's sort of a thing. Their journey will not be complete. I like the lamps, the purple lamps, and says this car will hopefully get to the end. That'd be a cool thing to note down for each one. You can we can confirm whether it got to the end or not. I think for like 99% of them there won't be. Oh yeah, extra fuel tank. That's clever. Very clever. Convenient filler cap, yeah. Very well made. Oh, look at this. You've got a spotlight there. lot of wind audio. Spare engine. Cacti pieces, yeah. This is a great build, man. Right. Very well done. Let's head back to the main menu and see if there are any other any other open ones. Oh, here we go. We don't stay in them for long either, since most of them probably don't want us there. Oh. How glitched is that? Do we even have a car here? No, I think this is just a glitched world. Weird. Dippy Chenzu says, Dad? Well, welcome to the stream. I am not your father. Hey, careful with my TV dough. That's got 2. Join this one. Okay, we'll join this one. Oh, a bus. That's new. Feel like we're gonna need God mode for this one. Safe car. We'll get in. What's my favorite car here? Probably the Lada. I wonder if it saves with the people inside it. We haven't actually had that happen yet. Alright, so it's called... There we go. Pretty good. This is the first time we've had a bus, actually. I imagine they'll probably be less common in the grand scheme of things. But yep, still a valid part of the museum. Even though it is very obviously spawned in. And very unlikely to get to the end, yeah. Depi Chenzu says, good choice. I learnt to drive a Lada Kalana. Kalina? It was always shaking when the engine started. It scared me a bit. I do have a soft spot for Ladas. Oh, yeah. This is the first time I've actually seen a bus in this update, and it's, yeah, going just as well as I expected. The roads really aren't kind to it. The dev should add a 2-stroke Saab 96. That would be kind of cool. I assume the guy who's driving is the creator of this vehicle. I'm interested about the baskets everywhere, actually. Wonder what that's about. Maybe he has been finding things and stuff like that. Yep. Looks like someone might have just joined. Or left, perhaps. Yep, I'm the only person here. Why am I... Wait, no. Wait, my play model is off. How rude. There we go. Things and stuff like that, yeah. You know how it is. Right, this is nice. I'm kind of curious to see how this goes. But at the same time, I sort of want to get back to the vehicle saving. you reckon we should build a sort of like construction, like a building in one of these saves? Whoop, right into a tree. Yeah, there goes a light, I think. Yeah, there's someone in the ground back there. Huh. Guess they're not quite loaded in yet. Nope. And... Ah. They're trying to push the thing over. Carl says, off to bed, good luck with the museum. Well, thank you for stopping by, Carl. Thank you so much for the raid, and thank you for sharing your contributions to the museum. If you're not aware of Carl, be sure to give him a follow, and I will... I'll see you at some point in the future, Carl. Right. Yeah, I think this is starting to... Yep, this guy's sort of... Yep. All it takes is one asshole to completely destroy a vehicle's chance of getting to the end. Oh. We had a bit of a crash there. Wonder what happened. Yeah, the game reloaded. Excuse me, this is my seat, man. Oh. Oh, the driver's gone. Whoops. Right, let's go join some other servers. We might come back to that. Join this one. That's the one we were just in. Steve Pete. That looks interesting. Is that the glitched one? That might be the glitched one. Oh, no, we have... Ah, this is the guy who just... Yep, obviously spawned in stuff. Not surprised that didn't get terribly far. Should we bother saving this neon green monstrosity? I mean, they haven't really done anything creative with it, so... Kind of thinking maybe not. Then again... I'm torn. I kind of want to and I kind of don't want to. Ant says, I made a graphic for the car museum. High effort. Ooh, let's see, let's see. Fuck was that? Excuse me? That's not okay, Ants. You can't be posting stuff like that. Gonna have to warn you for that one. Okay, there we go. I think that's what you were intending to send. Car museum bottom text. Was it worth it? Ask yourself that. Was it worth it? Yeah, I think that's all the open servers that we've managed to scrape cars from, so... We'll go back to our regular world. Alright, your apologies accepted, Ants. Just make sure nothing like that happens again, okay? Because that's really not the sort of stuff we want on these, on these streams. This is precisely the reason I never show the Discord window on stream as well, just because that sort of a situation has the capacity to occur. Never trust copy paste again. Yep. Never do. Or at least a double check. At the very least, man. Got a few more kilometers down. Probably to the next building, and then we'll be done for this stream, I reckon. Oh, is that a... Yeah, that's an arch. Huh. Chaz says, now I'm curious what I missed. A very unfortunate accident on Ant's part on the Discord server. Yeah, I guess it's more common to see those close to the road. Oh wow, look at that, we're in a grass biome. Huh. I guess it's more common to see those close to the road now, though. Yes. I'd rather not describe I'd rather not describe that, but yeah, very, very unfortunate, very, what I'd consider not just not safe for work, but not safe for life, really. Though it does seem like it was an accident, and, we won't, dwell on it. And says, I wish I could just disappear right now. But it's an honest mistake. It's an honest mistake. It's just a lesson to be especially careful when you're sort of juggling multiple files at once. Whoop. Little flip there. Yes, it's something we can just leave in the past as far as I'm concerned. Alright, does anyone have any raid destination ideas? We might just see who's on at playing the long drive at the moment, but if anyone has any specific channels they'd like us to raid, we can do that as well. Or rather instead. Eric is on my summer car. Ooh, okay. We'll do Eric then. Also a good lesson that a mouse is faster than a trackpad when you gotta delete a Discord message. bounce. Going to the next building might not have been a good idea since buildings can be so far apart in this version. We'll go either to the next building or to the end of this night, whichever is sooner. Chaz says, "Oh my god, your cooking stream. Was watching bits of the VOD. Feels like watching a video from the 90s. That's awesome." Well, I do use cameras exclusively from that time period, the 80s and 90s, because that's just what I have on hand at the moment. I don't have any HD webcams. And you know what? If people would be interested, after I've got a few more episodes of that down, I might do a VHS release. That'd be my first and probably last piece of merchandise. A little something to confuse thrift store goers from 50 years from now. Oh, you know what would be cool? You know what would be awesome? I wonder if I could encode the chat messages into closed captions on a VHS signal. Because most VHS tapes have toggleable closed captions, actually. A lot of people don't know that. That'd be kind of neat. I'll have to look more into that. Ooh, okay, we've got a bit of a, Oh, is this a loop? Yes, we have a loop. Hang on, we'll sleep through the night here. Okay, this is my first time seeing a loop in the road. And it looks more like an unintentional... Wow, there's several. And it's quite a small one. This is really interesting, actually. So it looks like what's happening is the road is supposed to... No, that's not right. You're supposed to go straight here. If we follow the poles on the right-hand side rule. You go straight here. And it goes down in a sort of loop-de-loop. Looks like another road joins in at an intersection down here, and that might be why this is happening in the first place. This could be kind of a good racetrack, actually. Yeah, I think this happens when the road needs to join up with another road. Or in this case, two other roads. So we go this way. Very odd, very odd. Also raises the question, how large could this sort of track possibly be? Oops, a bit of a spin out there. You can sort of tell which direction you're meant to go, though. Which direction you can take to make a shortcut. Because if you're coming from this direction here, you can tell that the road goes straight ahead there and presumably goes in the loop. But you can also tell you can keep the road, you can keep the poles on the right, as you normally do, and take a shortcut in this direction. I'm not sure if that's like a concrete rule that would work for all of them, though. Might very well not be. Anyways, it's as good a spot as any to save the game. We'll raid Eric Assault game, so feel free to stick around for that. No, Eric is Crumped, is that right? I think that's correct. Well, it's letting the raid go through, so it must be working. Okay. Hope you all enjoyed this stream. Thank you to everybody who came in the raid with Carhole and to Carhole for the raid. Thanks to everyone who sent cars in for the museum. That's very nice of you. And yeah, gonna raid Erica Crumped, who's playing My Summer Car. Bye now.